Hello, everyone. We're joined with head coach Sam Laity. Please use the raise hand function if you'd like to ask a question. Dustin, go for it.
Hey, Sam.
Can't hear him.
Hey, can you hear me?
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Sam.
Good morning. How are you? Well, afternoon, actually. No, actually, it's good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Still, yeah, a few more minutes. Hey, the Dash, currently you guys are pretty high up in the with shots in the league, but lowest in the league in goals. Is that something about taking better shots, better finishing? What are your kind of thoughts on that?
Well, it's actually a bit of everything. Number one, it's about being in better positions, and we have felt this way for a number of weeks now, that we're getting the ball into dangerous areas. We're not making the right type of run in the box, and obviously, I said to the players last couple of days, we can get you to the box and we can give you ideas of how we think we're going to break the opponent down. But when it gets into the box, there's got to be a desire to make runs, to separate yourself from the opponent, and to create space for teammates. And we just haven't had that. And we have to solve that very, very quickly. And I think if we can do that, and I think we have to start doing it, and it needs to be from tomorrow onwards, because we can't get into good situations in the opponent's box or the opponent's half with some of the personnel we've got, and not look dangerous. Now, we've got into decent areas, but not look dangerous enough, because we haven't had either enough bodies in the box, or we've not had players making the right type of runs. So that has been a huge message, not just this week, but last week. But it was drilled home this week with a bit more vigor, should we say.
And obviously last Saturday, now kind of in the past, have you had a chance to kind of look back on that? What are some things maybe that you're going to take from Saturday's loss forward to Friday, tactically or personnel, however that may be?
Well, psychologically, don't start games like that. Don't start games. You cannot start a game in this league against any opponent in the manner that we did. And I would like to think that we've addressed that. It's psychological for me. We have to be on the front foot. We haven't started very quickly in games, and we've done some deep diving as to why we think that's the case. And you can't start games like that, because then you're chasing it, and then you're on the back foot. And I actually think that we were pretty good value up until the second goal. And then when the second goal went in, especially the nature of the goal with Nat Jacobs being down and keeping Sierra Eng side, the nature of that goal, we lost discipline. We lacked a bit of leadership after that, and the game got away from us. And we were lucky to get out of that game about 3-0 to LSU. But up until the second goal went in, it was a pretty even game. And I felt that we were good value, and I felt that if we were doing the things that we had asked the players to do, then we could execute on some of the chances. But second goal goes in, and we capitulate. Or as Chappie referred to it, was kamikaze defending. So that was a really, really valuable lesson for us. And I'm glad that we got 2 valuable lessons out of one game, because the hope now is that we don't repeat those two mistakes moving forward through the rest of the season.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, Justin. Time for one more question. Manuel, go for it.
Hey Sam, how's the team's, we'll talk about a little bit about mentality. How's the team looking forward to Kansas City and going for the trip right now?
Yeah, it's we've been inconsistent, and we were inconsistent away at OO Reign. I think I was responsible for aspects of that performance. I've held my hand up for that for sure. But then we responded in a brilliant way against Portland, and we need to get into a habit, and it starts in training. And training again for the second week has been very good. We have to get into the habit of being, number one, being difficult to beat, but number two, having consistency. And I'm not talking about consistency over 2 games. I'm talking about consistency over 90 minutes. So can we get 2 45 minutes out of the group tomorrow that is consistent? Because I think if we can do that, then we can solve some of the things in the opponent's box that we need to solve very quickly. Then I think we're going to Kansas City with optimism. And but look, nothing's going to work unless we do. And we have to have a hunger. There has to be a desire to make the runs in the box. There has to be an attitude that when the ball goes in the box, we have to make first contact. And if we're not making first contact, it's to create space for a teammate that can. So the mood's been good. I mean, pretty reflective. Good performance against Portland. Started very slowly against San Diego in the first 2 minutes. Then did well for up until about the 50th minute, and then we fell apart. So that can't happen again, and it will not happen again.
And one quick last one. Knowing going to Kansas City right now, they're in a bad run of 4, losing 4 games straight. How is the team message not to be overconfident, knowing that a team is like Kansas City is still, still trying to jumpstart their season, but still have good players and can still hurt you?
Oh yeah, I mean they've got world-class players. They obviously have imported a lot of players in the attacking area of the field, and you can see that. So we have to be very, very wary when we have the ball, especially that we know where the Dabinas and the CC Kaisers are of this world. We need to know where they are at all times, because in transition they can cause you a big problem. I mean, Dabina can cause you problems regardless of it being in transition. So knowing where they are in transition, especially, is something that we need to that we've sort of driven home this week. And yeah, I think the key to the game to me will be getting off to a strong start. We have to start strong against this team. We have to get in their face. We have to be in the front foot. We have to get balls and bodies into the box. And there's no changes from last week in terms of tactical approach. We've got to do what we're doing, but we've got to do it at a much higher level. I'd probably say that our box-to-box work is probably 7 out of 10, but then we get into the box at the moment, it's a 1 out of 10. And the game isn't about, I suppose, to use a golf analogy, it's not about getting to the green, right? It's about putting when you get to the green, and that's what we have to do. We have to start strong. We have to. I think if we get an early goal, things might open up for us. But we've got to be very strong. We've got to be very condensed. We've got to be aggressive. We've got to be faultless in those first 20 minutes. And I think if we can do that, then we've got a great chance.
Thanks, Sam. Good luck on tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Manolo. Thanks, Sam. That was the last question.